there he is. He's arrived. Before we get started, I am trying a new microphone out. I have a little like shotgun mic right over here, just off camera. So you let me know if the audio is either way too quiet or it's I'm echoing. Like, am I out of sync? Bit of reverb, eh? Let's check properties. Shut up. Nobody's doing twice. Such an asshole. I love it. Okay, well that's weird. Why would I be getting audio? Oh, you know why? How about that? Is that better? Is that better? Yeah. You know why that was happening? Because I'm an idiot. And I have my other microphone sitting over here off camera, like my Yeti, which I use, you know, for my big boy voice. And it was on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So the band hammer's coming down on this guy. Anyway, so tell me, it's two questions just in chat general. One, is my audio out of sync? Because it was looking weird to me. I don't feel like it is, but you tell me if it is. And two, does it sound like crap? Because if it sounds like crap, I'll go back to the other microphone. But I like this because it gives me more freedom to move my hands. Like, I don't know what to do with them sometimes. Unusual for a Canadian to have a shotgun. God, jeez. You ate your Wheaties this morning. Woo! Terrence. Okay, great, awesome. Because I think I'm gonna use my Rode mic for this, and then when I want to do like nice voiceover work, how do you keep an idiot in suspense? Ask him dumb questions that he expects you to answer. Okay. All right. So for the past like 4 weeks or something, we've been working on the icon block for Core, and I'm going to just keep on working on it here. It is Nick Diego's block. It is asking me to read API reference for WP add filter. What's wrong with the API reference for? Oh. Yes, Nick. Taylor. It is indeed. Nick's block. It is a way parsed down version of it though. Originally what I had done with this, I keep having this oh, you did? You found it? Well, why don't you do a pull request? Well, we are using his, but the reason to align text on paragraph blocks on Tuesday, you spent 6 hours trying to turn off the align text button on paragraph blocks? Hold on. Just hold on. First of all, Terrence, to answer your question, we are using Nix, but it has been asked by a number of people to make it a MVP, and then we can iterate on it because it was very fully featured and there's a lot of things. It's hard coded. You can't. Okay, so that's why it is Nix block. But it's being pared down, and we're going to be iterating on it, hopefully after 6.9 or maybe even during 6.9, but we got to get some of the things out of it. Anyways, so cross keys. Let me check what you're talking about. So you're telling me that it's hard-coded in the paragraph block that to turn the alignment off? We would want something fully featured, but here's the rub. We need to make sure that it's done right the first time. And plugins can be a lot more fully featured, and we don't have to worry so much about backwards compatibility. So what needs to happen is it needs to be built in an appropriate way. Like for example, there's a ton of controls for it, which are really, really cool. They're all custom. And one of the pieces of feedback that I got was that we want to have controls that are only enabled by block supports, which I think is correct. Because if we need, like for example, if we need a block supports for width and height, we should build the block support in and then have this block opt into it, because then we're going to be in a situation where we have to modify all of these blocks sort of in isolation. We're already kind of there now, and this is what cross keys is running into. So the idea is to build it right at the beginning and then add more to it. That's kind of how I'm thinking of it now. I was a little bit frustrated with the direction to pull all the things out, because the reason why it's got 40,000 or whatever installs is because it has a lot of really great features. But we have to get it in and get it working correctly and get it done in a way that's backwards compatible, so we can then add more features to it. Another thing was SVG support. So this whole thing supports SVGs, but Core does not support uploading SVGs at all. You can enable that, but so there are controls in there that look to see if you've enabled that and then give you the option to, you know, pull something from your media library. There's another feature where you can copy and paste an SVG. Yep. But the issue there is that there's a lot of users that need to understand the ramifications of doing such a thing where they're getting this stuff. Also, like, for accessibility reasons, there's a lot of stuff around accessibility and SVGs and the way that things are labeled. So like there's a lot there's a lot of things that we have to take into consideration before we just release a thing. Because if it's released, the thing about WordPress, Gutenberg, WordPress and WordPress Core in general is that if you put something out there, it has to stay out there. And you can't just break it and redo it, right? Like, so a really great example of that is all the experimental stuff. So all the stuff in the packages that's like __ experimental thing, right? It was always the recommendation, oh, you shouldn't be using this because it's experimental and it could break and all this stuff. But I mean, the reality of the situation was I think every single person was using those because they were some pretty great components and pretty great tools that allowed us to do some really cool things. So that's an example of like, now we have to support these, right? And we have to support them kind of forever, right? So there's some work to like make them stable, and now they're being supported as if they are, you know, officially released components and stuff. So we just need to make sure that we don't do that with this block, right? We want to make sure that it's in a really great sort of like MVP form, and then we can iterate on it, and then we can add more to it. And then, I mean, we have all this great prior art that's in the block now that we can just sort of like bolt on as we need to bolt it on. I think it's great. I think that's I think that's the right approach. It's a bit of a bummer, but it is the right approach. All right, let's look at this now. So Cross Keys is saying that what the heck is that? Is this what are you? Oh, man, the URLs are not pasting very well today. What was that about? What's this? What the heck is happening here? What issue is this? 1570. Okay, I'm just gonna look at issues. I'm gonna go. What's the issue number? 15730. 15. That's an old issue. 730. What we got here? Setting default block. What? That's not the right. Is this variation? You could absolutely do a block variation. Block variations? Sure you can. I've done them all the time. Uh, 24616. 24616. Oh, okay. So it is baked right in, right? Yeah. Well, so the reason is that that this exists is because paragraph block pretty much predates block JSON for one. It actually 100% predates block JSON, and so all of the controls and everything were baked in. So block JSON, the way to do this is you would go to block JSON, you get supports, and you put in the alignment true thing or whatever, right? Or so that's the way that you should do it, because then when you then you can filter the block registration to remove some of those supports. So I mean, I'm not making an excuse, but that makes sense that it's baked in, because there was no like overarching way of like controlling things. But once, oh, okay, well, okay, so cross keys, I think what you're running, okay, let me just make sure that I understand this. Tried to make a variant of paragraph that was identical except for alignment, but once a new paragraph, well, hitting enter and using a rich text splitting system, it splits out core paragraph blocks. Okay, so in your variation, you have to, did you have an isActive? Let me, I have an example on here. All right, my ear is itchy. So here's one, isActive and isDefault. So, but in your isActive statement, you needed to, like, you have to put something in there. So is your isActive, oh, isDefault. Well, the isDefault, oh, I see why you linked that other thing. That's not the same. I think what this issue that you're talking about here, where is it? Hello. Is it this one? This is, I believe that this refers to the default block for the block editor. So when you open a block editor, the default block, the one that's always inserted, is a paragraph block, but you can actually change that. And I think that's what this might be what might be referring to here. The isDefault parameter for the variations is a little bit different. I think it means, but I might be wrong. Just let me double check this. Variations. So in your variations, if I ever clicks, using isDefault. So right, okay. So this is basically like saying when a paragraph shows up, you need to so when there's a paragraph block in the block editor by default, this will be the variation that is shown, right? No, you're not monopolizing my stream. It's literally why I'm here. It's fine. So the isActive is what you need. So the thing about isActive, it's very confusing and it kind of bugs me. So the way you have to think about isActive is when you're looking at, so this is kind of a, so this value in here, what it does is it checks to see if the variation value, so in here we've got this attributes, sorry, it's blurred. Oh, here, I'll show you, maybe it's better. Okay, so in this variation, it's basically attributes, metadata, binding. So this, like, so any attribute value, including class name or anything like that, or whatever you want, matches whatever it is in active, then this becomes an active variation. Let me show you a simpler example. So I have a plugin that I use, that I built, that's called Advanced Query Loop, and in my source and in my variations and in here, you can see what I'm doing here is,
it's Troy Chaplin.
Oh, Troy's here. So I've added this thing called namespace. Okay, so I've added an attribute and namespace, and it's a constant of AQL. So basically, what this isActive checks, it's like, is the value of attributes.namespace the same value that's set here? Like, does the instance of the block that's being inserted match this setup? If that makes sense. So I insert a core query block, and if it has an attribute of namespace and its value is set to advanced query loop, that's what this is checking. And if that returns true, then this is the active variation. Well, yeah. I don't know if that's a good question. I think you can do it with class names too. I thought I've seen it with class names. I think it might only be for attributes. So that's what I'm doing here that's what I'm doing in here is I'm just adding this attribute and never using it for anything, right? So that's what this is doing. So it's confusing. Like you used to be able to return a function from there. I think you still can, but there's some really great changes that have been made to the isActive, where you can like specificity now. So like if both of these match, then this is it. But if this matches, then this is it. Like sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like here's an example of core paragraph block. So if text color is set to vivid red, it'll be the whatever red paragraph. But if it's set to vivid red and the background color is set to cyan bluish gray, right, then this becomes the active one. As far as I could, okay, because paragraphs, I don't think there's anything to check for. But no, you would have to set the attributes. Like you would have to do that. But it can be an attribute that's not even being used, if that makes sense, right? As far as I can tell, the unsetting the text line attribute. So let me look. Hold on. Where is the source for? I'm just going to look at the source for the paragraph block. Packages, block, library, source. Oh, by the way, hi Kev and hi Troy Chiplin. I didn't say hi to y'all. I don't know who else is here, but whoever else is here and I haven't said hi to you, then it's because I don't like you. Paragraph block. All right, so we look in block.json. So in here, there's a whole bunch of stuff. So there's a line. So if you set that to an empty string, what would happen? Like if you created a variation and set a line to empty, to like an empty string, and then maybe added another. The other thing that you could do is, so try this. I don't know if this is going to work off the top of my head. So take the align attribute in your variation, add, say, align, set that to an empty string, and then add a custom attribute to whatever you want to call it, right? Oh, okay. So set it to false. Like just like set it to something it shouldn't be. Set it to like not any of those values, right? Set it to something outside of this, so it should never get alignment. Add another attribute, call it whatever, my thing true, and then add your isActive, so that align and your custom attribute both match that, and see what happens. I don't know what that's gonna do. I really don't know. I mean, there might be. Oh, is that done in the source code? The left, center, right thing? Is that what you're saying? So that would be, what would be that? It would be edit. Align, right? Setting of text false. Okay, we'll set it to the string false. It's because you're trying to pass false to a string. I think that's the issue. So this align thing. So let's find the line here. We'll jump up. So align comes from attributes, right? How does drop caps enable align? Here's what I would do. I would look at the way that align is being used in the source code and then try to hack your way around that, because there's a lot of like this has drop caps enabled thing. Like I don't know, is this so return align is right or left? Oh, see, yeah, this is going to be a problem. Got a line here, and this is just going to take a line wherever it gets to, and then editing mode, drop cap control. Okay, yeah, you might be able to do it. You know? Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, I'm sure you've already got down this rabbit hole for sure, but I just, oh, here we go. What is this? What that was all about. Okay, cool. So what's Terrence saying now? What is this? Let's see, what we got? Very off topic, but have you ever seen this? This is a picture that I don't want to show, okay, something someone was interested in seeing this way to generate min pages with core block editor ports from an array config file. Interesting. Oh. Yeah. Dennis Snell demo. Okay, this is pretty cool. So this. Okay, so out of the, there's a whole bunch of people in here. I haven't seen this, but there is. Yeah, so there's that new admin refresh, which I don't know a lot about. I've seen some things around it, and this might have informed some of that. That's all I can really say, because I don't really know where we're at with that right now. But yeah, this is cool though. Yeah, pretty stuff. Yeah, I think that's where the sort of next admin, the admin refresh, I think that's where it's headed. Like I said, I don't really know. I'm not working on that directly, but it's pretty cool. Where you drop a file like in your plugin, for example, and it just like loads a settings page. Oh man, WordPress settings framework. Yep. Iconic WP. Interesting. All right. Show of hands. How many people have built their own setting page framework? Like in the course of forever. So I definitely have. All right. That's cool. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with it. I have seen some internal stuff that we were working on at Automatic that for our own internal stuff that I think the plan was to kind of move this over into core, but I don't know where that's going right now. So yep. I mean, the settings, the old school setting stuff in PHP is it's pain, man. There's a lot of things you have to do, right? So like, I don't know, before I started working at 10up, I was working at an agency. No, it's not a secret internal project. It's just, it was built for Automatic products. So that's what the focus is on. And I just don't know where it's at right now. So it's not necessarily a secret. No, I don't think that's true. So here's the thing. So at Automatic, we have two very connected yet very distinct, I don't know if you want to say two, but we have all our products, like, right, you know, we have our .com with this BIP, Automatic for agencies, Pressable, all the properties that like Automatic owns and operates and runs as a business, right? And that's all like, you know, some of that stuff's proprietary and some of it's not. I mean, it's all built on open source, right? And then there's like sort of, you know, we're the sort of the .org side, I guess, if you will, which is sort of where I like to live. But a lot of the work that automaticians do, it's built because, you know, Matt is all about open source, he's so about open source. And so it's everything that we build at Automatic for our internal stuff. There's always a thought and an eye towards, okay, how can we bring this back into core? And that's kind of how it works. That's the flow, right? Ever since our pause, which has not happened anymore, like, you know, the pause was to focus on making Automatic as good as it could be, right? Not necessarily to do anything other than that. We're, you know, and now we're kind of like, our workflow's changed a little bit, but still, you know, there's nothing secret. You know, I'm not saying anything that people couldn't find, right? How come Calypso didn't get merged into core? Good question. I don't know. I think, I don't know. I think that was sort of the intent, perhaps, but I don't know the reasons why that was sort of happened. That's like outside of it's above my pay grade and outside of my purview and all that sort of stuff. Anyhow, so yeah, okay. Hey, Flex Perception's in the chat. I haven't seen Flex in forever. Sorry to call you out, but good to see you, friend. Good to see you. Bunch of people in chat. Or is there? I don't know. I can never tell. All right, cool. Let's get back to the business at hand here. Okay, so last week, what I did was I got some direction from Riyadh. So this is what I was kind of working on. So remove link behavior, which I think we did already. Use block supports for height and width if available, and no customization otherwise until we have these supports. So that kind of set me off on a tangent. All right, I know what I was going to show you. And so I started building out pull requests for that, which is somewhere. And so there's this one. I did one for height, and then I did one for width and one for height because Riyadh wanted one of each. And then I've sort of figured out what blocks use a width and height parameter, and then that's where I got kind of stalled out because I was having a hard time figuring out how to get an existing block to use these things. But the one thing that I was having a heck of a time with last week was figuring out how in the actual F you get it to update, and I got it figured out. So maybe I'll just jump back to the branch. This is the one. Okay, so add width and height support, and then so adding block supports was a little less simple than I thought it was going to be. So we have dimensions. No, that's not it. I remember this now. Dimensions panel. So we have this dimensions panel. Okay, so we have the panel. So in global styles, we have dimensions panel. And you know what? 1 second. I'm just going to go npm start running dev. Get that running in the background. Hide that. I can hide this now. I'm trying to remember. So I'm going to get rid of some of these block spacers. Controls. Vector controls. Okay, no. So I was messing with that. So we have dimensions. So dimensions is dimensions panel. So this, okay, cool. And then this is where the what's going on here? Why can't I? Oh, it's still loading. So there was a function. You know what? I might just need to find it in here. Dimensions panel. Render. Okay, so it's a PHP file. It's not in there. In there that does it is in the hooks. Okay, so global styles hooks. Okay, so that's where it was. So block editor, source, hooks, dimensions. Block editor, source, hooks, right there. Trying to remember now. Oh my God, this is. Basically, the place where it was falling apart for me was, oh, it was in here. Where was this? Use block props thing. What is that? So I need to find that. So in here, I think there's a use. Is it in here? There it is. Okay. So the use. Okay. So what needed to happen was I needed to make the change inside of this hook. So this is being added to. Where is this being added to? So there. First of all, this is a super convoluted system. Super convoluted. Newer ones make a lot more sense. So this dimension, this exists in a hooks directory, and there's one for dimensions, and it needs to export a bunch of things, and then this is used elsewhere to generate this stuff. But what it's actually doing is it's registering it's registering a block type thing in here. So this is where this is all happening, right? So it's registering attributes and doing all that. But what's actually happening in here in this thing is it's checking to see whether there's dimension support, which is just a helper to check to see if the block has something enabled for dimensions, which is where height and width I put them, right? And then we're basically checking for so this is some aspect ratio stuff that already exists, and this is checking for width, right? So it's checking to see, is there a width? Does it exist? Should I skip serialization, which I have no idea what that means, or why that's there.
It's thrown you error.
Thrown you error. Welcome to the stream. And then basically what I'm doing is I'm setting the width in the style object that I'm building to whatever the value of style.dimensions.width is, and then it gets added to the container, and then it works. So this is the part that I got super stuck on last week, and I was able to figure it out. So now there's 2 pull requests, one for width, one for height. And then I got down the rabbit hole of figuring out that like some of the blocks had like a width that was like a slider where you could pick the like rem or m or percent or pixels, but it also ones like, for example, the button block had 25, 50, 75, and 100% in that sort of like tabbed interface. So adding those in and all that stuff, and so I kind of just, and then like my head exploded. So I was like, okay, I'm out. But that's where this has to happen. If you want a really good example of block supports, there is one where there is a pull request. I cannot remember what it's for, block supports, but it was fairly recent, and it's a really good example, I think, of how to do it. Not by Aki, it was by this one. So this is by Jorge, and I think it's a really good example. So it's a fit text support. So that's just stuff. So so there's I don't know what this is doing. Oh, this is just in queuing the script module, but you create a hook. The hook is called the name of the thing, right? So then in your hook, you've got to add attributes, which is adding this to the attribute of the block, but also allowing the block to have it all already in there. Then you've got this use fit text hook to handle the stuff, and basically down here at the bottom, it's doing. There's save props. You know, it's just, this is a really well structured way of taking a look at this. I think, having just gone through the process of trying to do this, it's very unclear, and there's a lot of copy paste. So if you're interested in adding block supports, this is probably a good example. But that's not why we're here. So I'm going to leave that for now. But anyways, so what I'm going to focus on today is doing the rest of the stuff. I'm going to get rid of the block and supports, just make sure it's not there. And then he wants to take the custom icon, but he wants to move it into a separate PR. Makes total sense. So I can strip that out and add it on. And then he comes back later and says, on second thought, maybe we should explore the registration API approach, which should allow, okay. So which means that this will be a dynamic block. So, which is cool. And then Miguel here said that they are going to. Yeah, exactly. This times 1,000. This times 1,000. It is unclear. I've spoken to a couple of people about it, and the thing is, it's not like, I get it. I mean, it's one of those ain't nobody got time for that things, right? Like if anyone's ever worked, I mean, we've all probably worked in various agencies, freelance, whatever projects, and you build a thing and then you move on to the next thing and you don't document it, right? It's just, you never have time for that. That's why they employ people like me. But it's such a niche thing that not everyone's going to do this, right? Especially not for core blocks. So it's unfortunate. And if you pick an older example, or maybe one that's implemented a little bit differently, then you end up with like, this like sort of like spider web of like different implementation approaches and stuff. And it's not great, but it's what we got, right? So, anyway, so Miguel is going to take on building out this API, right? You need that, ain't got time for that we can trigger on stream. Yeah, we do. That's a great idea. I will add that. Thank you. I will add that. I want to show you guys something quick that I showed Troy yesterday, which is probably my favorite thing in the whole world right now. I'm doing a is this it? Yeah. So this is my opening block. My opening slide for a workshop that I'm doing, which is, I just love this. I'm going to take this and make this pop up, I think, right? I think that this is funny. Yeah, so, and then, so there's This is a workshop that I'm doing at WordCamp Canada. I'm very excited to do it. It's what I've wanted to do for a long time. But basically the idea is everyone in the room is accomplished developers, been working with WordPress forever, but have just not had time to learn blocks. So hey Corey, how's it going? And so that's the whole premise of this, is like, I'm going to cut through the BS and just like show you what you need. Oh, there he is. And just like show you what you need to work on stuff, right? And that's it. So I have this concept of anyway, and then it's going to be like, there's going to be a lot of moments where I'm like, just trust me, bro. You don't need to know the why, just trust me and move on. And that's sort of the idea. Because that's it, right? So a bit of a preview here. Anatomy block JSON, scripts, just enough JavaScript, block server, API. Anyways, lots of fun stuff. So, so Troy now knows that I am completely not ready for this workshop, but I will be by the 15th or whatever day it's on. So Kevin made something new. Custom block. Need to make it up to Canada again. Yeah, you do. You do. You absolutely do. Okay, enough of my talky. I'm going to start pulling things out of here. Okay. Oh, you did. I have that working too, Kev. I'd love to share. Oh, you know what? Here we go. Tangent time. So I have it in my advanced query loop, which I can show you real quick. So what I did was, is it in here? And then I did a fixture. I did a custom fixture that adds playground to its own thing, which I'm pretty excited about. So there's a playground class that I created clearly I need to add some types to my my stuff here. But basically this just sets everything up, and then in my fixtures, what I wanted to, so the reason I did this was because I wanted to be able to use playground, but I also wanted to be able to use all the really amazing, of course you can do it much easier, Kevin. Well, links, or it didn't happen, Kev. So my tests basically look like this now. So before each, I knit playground, and then after a knit, I do that. Let me look at your stuff, Kevin. Kevin! All right, what do you got going on here? So setup. That's not what I want. Oh, I see what you're doing. So you're doing this on your in your actions? Is that what you're doing? Look in the playwright config. I don't want to look in the playwright config. Yeah, don't tell me what to do. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's cool. Want to know something funny about this flag? So when I was I was on a team meetup, and I was working with Barrow, who is one of the brilliant people who work on Playwright. It's like internal team meetup. So at Automatic, twice a year we go on a meetup with our team, do some in-person work and team bonding stuff. And we always invite some people from other teams. So we invited Barrow from the Playground team, and he's amazing and super smart. And I was working on this extension for VS Code that allowed you to edit a README file in the block editor and have it go back and forth. And so I wanted to convert it from the way I had done it with like sort of a blueprint to use the CLI. So we got it working, and it worked really well. But then there was this problem with on it being, because I couldn't log in to WordPress because VS Code blocks external cookies. So this flag came from Barrow and I having to hack the source code in Node in the Node modules folder to allow that to get it to work. So that was kind of cool. This is great. This is actually a lot simpler than what I have set up. So you run these locally too, I guess, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's super cool. So, well done, Kev. Once again, Kevin does stuff better than I do. I'm just jealous, Kevin, because you're taller and smarter and better looking than I am. And younger, I think. I think, Kev, are we the same age? I think you're a little younger than me because I'm an old man in a young man's face. Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I do with everyone. 1982. Yeah, I'm in a whole other decade, my friend. 1979. So there you go. That's right. I was born with bell bottoms and an afro. When's Kevin's WordPress talk coming? I don't know. 2000? Terrence, what? 2000? How old? So you're 25 years old? That's not a real year. 2000. Oh my God. Almost. Oh, what day? What day in November? Paul Byrne, coming in heavy. Love it, Paul. Almost mid-20s, getting old. 29th. Oh, November 29th. Cool. My son's birthday is on the 1st, and my sister's birthday is actually on November 20th. That's crazy. 1984. Oh my God. Well, you know what? All are welcome. There's no ageism here. Paul Byrne is, he's winning though, for most experienced developer in the room. Unless there's, yeah, that's awesome. 84, okay. All right. So there's a real problem with WordPress in that there's going to be more 70s and 80s, 60s, 70s and 80s than there is 2000s. But we need more 2000s, Terrence. So we're glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I mean, you're annoying as shit, but I'm glad you're here. February 79, Troy. Nice. I am, yeah. I'm June 79, so you're a little bit older. Fairs. Nah, it's all good. This is why we do workshops like yours. Try to get, we got to get them youngsters involved. We got to get them, you know. Maybe there's a talk around like, I got told that I'm like the Duracell bunny. Oh, nice. You're a furry and you have a drum set? Oh, man. My daughter gave me some really funny, some really funny feedback. She's like, your videos would be so much funnier if you didn't laugh at your own jokes. And I don't think she's wrong. I really don't. I don't think that she's wrong in any way. But I'm going to keep laughing at my own jokes. So it's a drum pad nowadays, lol. Yeah. The Energizer Bunny in North America, I think. The Duracell Bunny is really? It's the Energizer Bunny. That's when you wrote Duracell, I in my head translated that to Energizer. That's funny. Is it the same thing? Just a different, like, it's the bunny with the drum like this, right? Oh, that's funny. Okay, so they blatantly just stole from each other. It's amazing. That's amazing. So nice. So now that we've established that Terrence is a musical furry, spread the word. That's really good. Yes, dad joke of the day. Whoa. Oh, hey, you said it. Terrence, you said it. Well, yeah, I can't spell it either. Or is that the way you spell it if you're like deep into it? I think, yeah, that's like advanced furryism. Is that what it? Do you know what's amazing about talking with like someone younger? It's so easy to just get them going and keep them going. I love it. You are quite like the Duracell bunny. You know, we just keep you going and going. Anyways, Terrence, Taylor, Tyler, Todd. One of those is your real name. I'm not going to tell anybody what it really is, but we know that you're not a furry. Secret safe with us. And that was the most awkward wink I've ever done in my life. But anyways, let's get to work. Enough of this crap. What's the stuffy things kids are now? The anime thing? Oh, the Labubu? Is that what we're talking about? My son, my 9-year-old, like almost tackled it like a guy. Is that what we're talking about here? One of these things? Let me go. La Boo Boo? Is that what it is? Like one of these things? Yeah, okay. So it's a thing, which is weird. Let's see. I don't know anything about it other than my okay, sure. My son was absolutely obsessed with getting these, right? Talking about a few. Well, Terrence let all his buddies know, and they all came in. So we went to this is exactly it. It's like Beanie Babies or like Furbies or like, I'm gonna date myself, Cabbage Patch dolls, all that stuff. But Terrence is like, Cabbage Patch? What is that? That doesn't sound furry at all. So I was coming out. So we went down to Toronto. My wife and my daughter went to see Tate McRae. And my son and I went to like the CN Tower, and we went to the Ripley's Aquarium, which is, if you ever have a chance to go to Toronto, they're right beside each other. Highly recommend doing both. It's great. Anyways, and we were coming out, and there was like a street vendor guy, and he had these Labubu things, and oh my God, William almost like tackled the guy to get it. So yes, Squishmallow. Oh my gosh, but I think we still have a couple of those sticking around. So I talked the guy down from, he wanted like $40 for it. I'm like, no, I'll give you 20 at tops. And so he gave me this furry little thing, and it was like, I was the greatest dad on the planet for about 3 hours. It was fantastic. I was like, I could do no wrong. It was amazing. So anyways, that's the only reason we have one of these things, because they're like so hard to get, and they're expensive. I don't know, whatever, dumb. Anything for your kids though. Anything for your kids. What's a jelly cat? Jelly cats? I swear to God, if this is porn. Oh my God, what is this? This thing? These? Tamagotchi. Yeah, I remember those. Is this what we're talking about? Collectibles. Yeah, jellies. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, he laughed at all my jokes. Dad, you're so funny. You're the best, Dad. It was a bit of a yes day that day. So we bought the coolest Lego set. If you're into Minecraft, it was the coolest Lego set. It was let me see if I can find it. Lego Ender. This one, the Lender. This is what we got. We got this thing. So cool. Oh, get out of here. Except all. It was the Ender Dragon set. It was awesome. Totally. That's how I buy. I buy laughs. I buy subscribers. I buy, I buy love. Anyways, this was an awesome set. I think we got it for cheaper than that, but yeah. So him and I put that together when we got home. It's very cool. Okay. I'm never gonna end it. It's 20 after 11. No work is being done. This is great. Lego City. That's cool. I really wanted to get this Lego Strat. I really wanted to get this when it came out. Is that it? That's not it. Hold on. Where's the Lego? This thing. I really wanted to get this when it came out. I don't even think you can buy it anymore though. I think I saw it on eBay for like $500 or something crazy. But how cool would that be? That would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. Matt Melloway just pops in. I'm paying you to talk about Lego? Yes, you are. That is so cool, is it not? I love the cool Lego stuff that they're doing. Like, there's some really, really, really cool things. There's like a Titanic piece. A guy that I worked with bought this Titanic one. It was like, it was 1,000 pieces or 12. I don't know. You know what? It's got to be more than 1,000 pieces. Lego. Let's look it up. Lego Titanic. Here it is. How many pieces is this stupid thing? Oh my God, 9,000 pieces. Yeah, he bought this thing and put it together. Apparently it like breaks apart. Oh yeah, look. Yeah. Anyways, it comes with an old lady to put it together. who looks out the window when it's done. Pretty cool. What's 150 on eBay? Oh, the Stratocaster thing? Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe I saw it on Eiffel Tower. Yeah. What's it called? Forbidden Horizon? Like a Horizon Forbidden West? This thing? What is this? Oh! What? Stand by. Is it like a full set? Or is it like... Oh my god. I want this. This is a Jaws set. It's amazing. That is so cool. Yeah, the Gizmo one's pretty neat. They have... Oh, hold on. They have some really, really cool... Come on now, Lego. Sets, just in general. Oh, look. There's a $1,200 Death Star with 9,000 pieces. Ramping up for Christmas, I see. Gingerbread at 8. Oh, there it is. That's so cool. This Lego Game Boy. Nice. I did think I was writing code. I'm sorry. I'm going to get back to writing code. Everyone's like probably like missed meetings and crap for this. So, anyways, all right. Enough. Share your links in Lego, please, in the chat. I'm going to get to work here. Okay, cool. So, what I need to get rid of is a couple things. So, I'm going to packages and I'm going to block library. Corey comes in and he's like, okay, guys, back to work. No, stop. Keep posting garbage. I love it when we post garbage. I just have to have a little bit of Oh, I'm in the wrong branch. I have to have a little bit of self-control over this here. There we go. Okay, so icon. So block JSON. So what we need to take out. So did I not take out? I thought I took out link. What? Did I not take out the link last week? Oh, no, I didn't. Did I? No, I don't think I did. I think I just started work. Okay, so we're going to take out the link stuff first. So we don't need the link. So icon and icon name, we're going to keep those for now. Label, title, link URL, link rel, link target. I swear I took out the link stuff. Okay, let's look at edit and just see. Well, actually, let's get into. Sorry. So I'm using Studio for this. You can absolutely use. So Gutenberg comes with its own configuration. Why we were moving the link? That was some direction we were given for this. And this question is XP Dex debug work in Studio? It does not yet. It works in Playground, and I know it's on the roadmap for Studio because it's definitely something that they want. But this is sort of it's kind of a cart before the horse thing in the sense of like Playground has to support it, which it does, but then Studio has to also support it too. So it's on the roadmap. It's just not ready yet. Okay, so so we got to take out the link. Why are we removing the link? That's an excellent question. Oh, I know it, because Riyadh had some feedback on that. Because we're talking about, where was it? Where did he made a mention like we should do it a different way. I'm trying to find it here now. Thanks for your feedback, Dave. Where is it? Okay, do we need support for links in the icon block, or should we be able to insert an icon block within button instead? So basically what he's saying is instead of setting the link up here, we should do it with block composition, which I totally agree with. Now it means we have to probably make some changes to put this like inside of a button block because it can be a link and stuff like that. So that's why that control is getting pulled out of here just for now. Yeah, it is a bummer, thrown an error. Something that I've been advocating for, Nick Diego also has been advocating for, and no one said no, this isn't a thing. It's just, time. It takes time to do it. So, okay, so we're gonna pull first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull all the link stuff out. So we got link, title, link to. Okay, so I'm going to pull that out. We don't need that yet. We're going to go into edit, and we're going to find where all the link stuff is. So this is the fun part. So we got, okay, so I'm going to just grab this. I'm going to find the next instance of that. So unlink. Okay, I don't think we need. No, you're right, Corey. There is not, which is a bit frustrating. On toggle, open a new tab. So I think there's a lot of functionality that we may not necessarily need. So text control, this is going to be link rel. So where does that show up? I grab this. Let's put a link in here for now. Google the goobs. Right. So we'll grab the thing. Content block mode post. Oh, that one. Sorry, I should do this in a different one. I think this is probably okay. So. Oh wait. I think that's new. Hold on. I want a regular. That's the icon block that I'm looking for. Okay. So if I put a link on there, okay. So is it under advanced? Oh, here we go. Link, no opener, title attribute. Hey, bad dude court. We are still working on the icon block here. Should we support ARIA attributes? Well, yes, probably. But right now we need to pull the link stuff out. So title attribute. All right, so let's see where are we. Okay, link rel. So link URL. So we don't want that because we're not going to have a link URL. So we'll get rid of that first, right? Then we'll find the next instance of link rel. That's fine. Second one is there. So unlink. We got to find what that is doing. So where is this? On key down. Don't really know what that's doing. So let's see. Oh, okay. So where's this is editing URL? So there's a lot. Okay. So we don't. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of pieces here. So. Okay. So is editing URL? We can get rid of this whole thing because we don't need the popover at all now because that needs to go away because we're not editing the link. So what is this toolbar button? Okay, so we don't need the toolbar button because we're not adding a link. Okay, so on key down. So where's this on key down being used? Let's find where that is. I don't think we need that anymore because we're not editing the URL and we're unlinking. Okay, so let's okay. So this is not unexpected because it is still a static block. Okay, so yeah, because it doesn't have the link anymore. Okay, so there's no link in there. All right, that's fine. I don't even think I can attempt. Oh, I can. All right, so we'll just keep attempting recovery. That's nasty. Nasty. That thing is there. So okay, advanced we don't have. So we have. I don't know. We should. I'm gonna leave that for now. But there's no way to link this anymore. Which is good. Okay, so now let's get rid of anything in here that is based on linking. So let's link rel. Let's find that. So there's still 6. So we're gonna get. I'm just gonna do this really I'm gonna find that, and I'm gonna delete this. We don't need the unlink because there won't be a link. So I need to find the next unlink, which is right here. I don't think we need that. And we don't need set editing URL. I don't think we need any of this. We don't need that anymore. Okay, let's go. What is this? On toggle, open a new tab. Okay, so we can get rid of that. It's not being used. Maybe this will tell us popover is defined but never used. Let's get rid of popover. Boop, boop, boop. Link control. Don't need that. Display shortcut. I don't know. Okay, sure. Sure. And we don't need the link icon. Okay, that's not being used anymore. Link rel not being used. Let's see. Okay, editing URL. Okay, neither one of those is being used because we're not editing a URL. This is URL set is going to be both of that. Link ref is going to be, we don't, okay, where's the link ref being used now? Link URL? Okay, so those aren't being used in here. So, okay, where's this reset all being used? Okay, so I can't, oh, that's fine. Okay, because there's no stuff in here. So this on key down, this is just for the link ref. So I don't think I need this. I'm going to just remove this. So not there, so it's here. So I can just do this then, I assume, right? And this on key down is not being used anymore. What's on open arrow down do? Drop down, replace drop down. Okay, so let's run this. No, there will not be anything left. Well, there will be. It'll just get added back in later. Okay, that's okay. So there should be there's no way of, okay, so we don't have, okay, that's that. All right, in here, there's nothing to do with links. Cool, cool. Okay, so we got width. We're gonna pull that out though. It's weird though. Why is it? Well, we're gonna pull that anyway, so it won't matter. Okay. So I think. Oh, let me look and save. Okay, so link rel. Let's make sure we pull out link rel. So we don't need any of these. Rel and target need to go away. So okay, so there will be no link. So I think all we need to do is pull that and that out. That should be nice and simple. Right? Okay, none of this is being used. Okay. Okay, let's just refresh this again. It's baby steps, Terrence. Baby steps. That's how we have to think about this. We got to think about it like, we got to get it in properly, and then once it's in, it'll work, right? That's what we got to think about. That's how we got to approach it. You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Cool. So, is that it? Is that it for? I think that's it. So I don't see any styles here. I don't think there's anything in style we have to deal with. Oh, there might be some a tag. Okay, we probably don't need the A. We definitely don't need the A hover anymore. And that should get rid of all that. In the editor, I don't think there's anything in the A. Let's look. No. guess I could just do a search for an A tag, but I don't see one in here. Oh, drop down popover. That may not be something that we need anymore. I'm gonna make sure. Okay. Okay, cool. So I think we have removed. So label and title, we have those. Width and height, we still have those. I'm pretty sure. Let's just do another scan here to make sure there's nothing, no references to links. Link ref, don't need that anymore. Okay, so this isn't being used. Okay, use ref is okay, and keyboard event is not being used. What's this? We have a spelling mistake. Oh no, over. Okay. Okay, so let's add that. Removing the link control. Here's a question for chat. When you write your when you write your commit messages, do you write it like in the what it's going to do or what it does, in the sense of like removing the link control or removes the link control? I don't know. Let me just do this. I'm gonna hit commit. Oh, show command output. What's the problem? npx command not found. That's super annoying. What do you mean npx command not found? Okay. Remove link control. This. Remove? So like, this is more active words. So what is going on? Do I have to do Husky init? Ugh. Hold on. Package. Is there a Husky init in here? I'll just run prepare. I don't know. Let's see. Run. Okay, let's try it again. Still nothing. I ran into this before, and what did I do to fix it? I don't remember. Let's look at the. So Husky's got a pre-commit hook in here. It's trying to run lints. npx lint stage. You think that's it? Yeah, that's probably what I gotta run. npx. All right, let's try that. npx husky. Nope. All right. Okay, let's try it again. This is gonna be super annoying if I can't. Yeah, shut up, Terrence. Okay. Why is it? I ran into this with convention. That's called convention or something. I've run into this error before, and I cannot remember what it. You know what? First thing, I'm just gonna quit because sometimes VS Code just loses its brain. So maybe that's part of it. There we go. Oh, okay, so there might be actual stuff I have to fix here. What is this? Oh, okay, cool. So the reason, okay, so what is this? No more than 2 empty lines. Unexpected use. Okay, so there's some errors in here, so I gotta figure that out. So in my styles, I gotta look at that. So styles, what's the error message? 41 and 43. 41 and 43. So there is Oh, it's a duplicate because there was an A in there. So I guess I probably don't need this. Right? Is that the other problem? What was the other problem? 41, 43. I don't know what this is going to do. Oh, it's transition. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll just add that. Fix that. The other thing is I have to run my npm run. So when you make a change to block JSON, yeah, I had multiple empty lines, but I also had duplicate selectors in there because I took the A : SVG off. So when you make a change to a block JSON in core, you have to run npm docs. You have to rebuild the docs basically. Is what it comes down to. What npm docs? Oh, sorry, run docs build because it generates the documentation for this, right? Why do you have to do that? Because it documents the attributes for the block based on block JSON. I'll show you in a second. So when this is running, what we're going to see is we're going to see a million docs and markdown files show up in here. And then they'll all go away. It takes a little while to run, which is fun. It's a good time, especially when you're trying to, make up for time when you're talking about Lego. Yeah. Well, so the thing is, you have so there's a lot of stuff in this that if you're not set up in the way that you kind of should be set up, it can be very confusing. Like for example, if I didn't have Husky set up on this, right? It's not like. No, it's not AI generated. It's reading block JSON and it's generating markdown. You'll see it in a second. So let's say that you didn't run the Husky and you didn't have the pre-commit hooks and everything, right? What would happen was that you push this up to your branch, right? And it would fail, and it'd be like your docs are out of date. And what happens is it checks So what? Yeah. So you see now we've got a change in here. So it says, so there was height, icon, label, link rel, link target, link URL. Now those are missing. So this is documented for us, right? So what part of the checks is it actually checks the docs to make sure that it's matching what it's supposed to matching. And if it doesn't, it triggers an error for you here. So that's why these pre-commit hooks are so handy, because without them, you would have no idea why things are really failing, right? Okay. So. We're going to sync that. That's up there. Okay. npm run start or dev. I'm going to do a new one of these and go jguten. So you can't see this. Well, how much I'm zoomed in? I'm going to zoom in a bit more. npm. Oh no, sorry. Gutenberg. Nope. Gutenberg. No. It's annoying. Okay. I use this thing called Auto Jump, and it's from OMyZSH, and I love it. It's kind of old, but I absolutely love it. And what it allows me to do is it allows me to automatically jump to certain things, but you have to be you have to have it kind of configured to do that. Okay, so that's building. We're good. It's in watch mode. I'm going to run this one for my docs build when I need to, so I can just leave it in watch mode. Okay, so that is the first thing. So we've done this. We're gonna. So I think what we'll do here is we'll remove the height and width support because we want that to be block support. So that's the next thing. So let's get rid of height and width. So we're gonna pull that out. Okay, and then in our edit, we're going to find where height and width is used. We'll do the same thing. We'll start with width. We'll do a little find. Next thing is we're gonna get rid of that. I'll come back for height. So tools panel, width. So we just don't need the entire tools panel in here at all. We're gonna get rid of that. Get rid of that. What a squash championship game! Oh my god. 25-year-olds, man, they'd be doing that. I'm gonna go for a stream, then I'm gonna go to my furry convention and play some squash. I don't know what you guys, that's what you guys are calling it. Anyways, Terrence, always good having you here, man. Thanks for hanging out with me and us. It's pretty great. Have a good one. Okay, so I'm assuming width, quantity, width, unit, all this can go. We don't need that. We don't need width here anymore, right? And where's the next one? So width is now, there we go. Okay, so let's do the same now for height. Find the references to height. There we go, get rid of that. Tools panel is for height. We're gonna get rid of the whole tools panel item for height. Okay, we'll get rid of that. We don't need height in here anymore. No, we do need that. And so height is now, shouldn't be a thing. So let's jump over to save, make sure we're getting rid of the height. Start with width again. Width. Other British friends would say width. It's a width. Oh, I gotta stop laughing at my own jokes here. Telling you, not good. All right, so that should get rid of width. Width. Oh, not all that stuff. Come on now. And then we'll find height, and we'll get rid of height right there. And we'll find the next one, which is up there. We don't need that. Okay, so this should get rid of all our height. Width and height crud. Right, okay, cool. So that's that. Okay, so editor, I don't really know. I'm gonna have to check out some of this stuff, I think. I don't think there's. Okay, so I think we're just gonna leave all of this, right? So same thing as before. We gotta run the npm run docs. I almost said run dicks. That's a totally different stream. All right, so we'll let that run. Oh, hey, I wanted to show you guys something. I have a new, chat thing. So if you drop this in, if you do bang playing, it'll show you the song that's actually playing, and you can link out to it. So if you're interested in that, that's cool. And I think you can skip it too. Do I have one? Song. I can't remember. I got one in here somewhere. Move left, clip, blue sky, playing, commands, marker, quote. I thought I did one that allows you to, maybe I didn't, to like skip to the next song. Maybe I did not. Do I have? Nah. Anyway, so if you're interested in the song that's playing, it'll show you if you do that. All right, let's see. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Still going, eh? Man, it's slow. Slow. Let's see what we got in here. Oh yeah. So what it does is it builds out each one of them and then check. Like it's kind of inefficient in the sense that it does all of them, but then it will just check the one. Obviously, dealing with the changes. Remove width and height attributes. There we go. Let's commit that. Oh, got some errors here. Let's see. Let's see what. Okay, so open Git. Let's see. So I've got some errors. It's showing me errors down here, but let's see what's actually being run. Perfect. Okay. So these errors are matching my errors or my problems tab here. So we're gonna get rid of parse whatever from wherever. No, I don't need that. And then we need dimension control is. Oh, so we can get rid of dimension control entirely, I think. And then we don't need this anymore at all. So let's actually jump over to our components, because we have a dimension control that we don't need anymore because we're not doing any of that. So we're going to just delete this. Beautiful. the icons, the utils, is there anything here that... Cool. So, all right. Okay, so let's add those things in too then. So we're gonna add those. Before we do this, let's save this and just make sure I'm building. Yeah, I am building. So okay, temp recovery. That's interesting. That's where's this icon? Why can't I see it? Oh, there it is. So, I mean, there's clearly some things. Okay, there they are. So they're probably too big. So this is effectively breaking it by removing those controls. But if we need them, we need them. So I'm gonna have to see how this works because like that's pretty hilarious if we're being honest. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, well, that's what they're asking for. So I've learned that you don't just give them blindly what they're looking for, but you know we gotta like check these boxes and be like, okay, this is sort of how we're going to handle this, right? Okay. So now that we have that out of the way, oh, sorry, we're gonna commit this, and then I'll push that up, assuming there's no issues. Okay, we'll sync this up. Okay, so now we're at a point where we can pivot a little bit, I think. Oh, let's look at these. Actually, he's got some. I can't say. I used to it has two wrapper divs around it. SVGs. Those wrappers needed. Let's see. So in icon save, let's see what he's talking about. So in save. So when this is output, let's look and see. So let's look at. Oh wait, hold on. I need to save that. This is gonna break all the things. Massive icons. Massive stinking icons. Okay. So he's got. There's a div. Do we need? Do we need this div? I don't know why we need that div. So what was he saying? So he's saying here that like, so two wrapper divs. We have this, and then the icon markup is also generating a div. So I don't think we need that. So where's the icon markup being generated? Okay. So this also doesn't need that. Can we not? Can we not just do? Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Okay, so we have a wrapper div. So can I not just add? Can I not just add icon like class names, icon classes, and then? Oh, come on. Can I not do that? And then also add styles. Put icon styles in there. Let's check. Oh, that needs to be a comma, not. Okay, so let's see if this works. Because if this works, I'm just going to put the printed icon out there. So let's check this. I don't know if this. I mean, we're at a point now where it doesn't really matter so much because, yeah, temp recovery. Sure, temp recovery, yeah. Save it, and then do this, and then this shouldn't do anything different, but let's just double check to make sure that the, okay, so, what icon, why is that, what did I do? What did I do? Oh no, it should be styles. Oops. Oops. block styles. Oh, that should be block styles. And this should be block styles as well, right? Let me just double check it and screw that up. Block styles. Oh, icon styles. Fucking hell, okay. You know what, I gotta revert that. I broke something here. Okay, so let's try again. So, this needs yeah, you're asking me. Go ahead. So I need class name, and that's gonna be icon classes. Right, and then it's gonna be, and then we're gonna put style. It's gonna be icon styles. So icon style, where's block styles? Block margin goes on there. So why isn't it? Can't we just merge this? Can't we do, and then have it do this? There's probably some reason why, but we'll see. Oh, we only want the margin styles applied to the main block div. So why, but it's the icon, maybe the icon should have, okay, I need to figure this out. This is a bit of a hack here, but let's figure out why. Did I delete a bunch of stuff or something? What's that? Okay, I went and broke something pretty substantially here, I think. I think I also have, pretty sure I also have the actual icon block running too, so we're going to deactivate that. Make sure I'm not doing anything. Okay. That's funny. Okay, so I've broken it somehow. Oh, that's annoying. Wait. Oh, you know what? I might be moving too fast too. This is not. The build process is slow. Oh, wait, there's a question here. What is this? Spotlight message. Let's read this. Okay. Is there a way to strip styles and typography out of core blocks across the board without having to turn them all off one by one? Unregistered block style. I don't know. I imagine probably not. Let's see what we got in here. I'm wondering if there's like a get. So how are you doing it now, right? Because like if you were to run get block styles, like you might be able to do this like get block styles, which I don't know if that just is a function or if it. Do I need to pass anything to it? What does it need? So is that okay? So let's run it with this core button and see what we got. Yeah. So I think what you could probably do, I don't think like you could do this programmatically is where I'm going with this. I think what you could do is you could do something like this. Oops. Right. You can get all the block styles. Then you'll have the name. Then you get the name, and then you could like build an array of that. Right. You have to do it for each block, so it's like you'll have to do get registered, like core blocks, like get registered blocks, I think. Get block types, right? You can run, not that, Ryan. Come on now. You run get block types. That'll give you 99 blocks. Then you could run through the name for each block and do that. It's going to be pretty nested, right? Yeah, so, and this is just going to do it up for the client side. So you could run something like that. Like you could, const types equals, let's do it this way, const types. I don't think this is going to work. Equals, and then you could do like dot map. It returns an array, right? Dot, does map return? Does map return? It returns an object or an array. I can't remember. I think it's returns a. Oh, well, there's a map on there, right? Yeah. Okay. So you can return an array. Let's see if I can do this here. So we're going to go to map, and we're going to go, we're going to return the block dot name, right, like this, and then, oop, what did I do wrong there? All right, and oops. So that's your thing. Then you could say like for each, I don't know, types dot for each type, what, it'll be what, type, right, like that, and then you could go if function. I don't know, man. I'm trying to do this all online here. Right, you do something like this, and then here you would do like would that work? Types for each, and then let's make sure I'm doing this right. Type. Okay, so that is right. Okay, so then types for each. Then you're gonna go like const. This is gonna be styles equals WP. Hold on, I have it up here. This is so much fun doing this in the console. So we're gonna go get block styles. We're gonna go boom, get block styles. We'll call it type. Right. Then go styles dot for each. We're gonna go type, or no, style. Right, and you can just go. You have to do unregistered block. Oh, what? That, where was that? WP. I think it was like what? WP. I don't know if it's gonna work. WP dot blocks dot unregistered block style, and then we're gonna go type dot name. Right. Boom. Nope, missing something after the something. Oh, I need one of these. Sorry. Style. Oh, oops. Well, you know, wouldn't be styles dot for each is not a function. Oh, probably have to do like a waits for this. I'll probably, can I do async? Can I do async here? And then go await. Can I try that? Boom. No. You know what I probably, yeah, okay. So this will work, but I don't think it'll work in this context because if I were to just run this, it won't work. But this is the idea. So you get the types, loop the types, get each styles, loop the styles, delete them all. I'm pretty sure this isn't working because we're not kind of in the context of the store. And so the data store is not primed, right? Like if I were to go like this and say console.log styles, what the deuce? And here, go console, probably going to be undefined, yes. Oh, post turn spill shape, oh, there's one in there. Oh, I get it. Okay, so it was because I'm a shitty programmer. Instead of that, we're going to go if, oh, come on. Do this every time. If styles.length. All right, we'll do that. And we'll do this. Styles.forEach. I don't know why. Oh my god, are you kidding? Do you know why this isn't working? Because I'm an absolute moron. There we go. So now if we put in a button block, we should have no... let's see. Let's see now. It didn't work. Invalid or unexpected token. Oh, that's the invalid or unexpected token. Weird. Well, the styles are still showing up there. I wonder if they're just not appearing. So what's this one? Post times. What's this? This is rounded. default and stretch. I wish I knew that the pill logo, pill shape. Yeah, weird, because it's not showing, it's not actually disabling them, but it might just be because I'm doing this kind of outside of all the things. No, like, this is probably because I'm doing it inside of the console, and I'm actually waiting for, like, I'm actually not doing this inside a React component, and I'm trying to use the store and everything. I'd imagine this is probably part of the issue. Like, if I were to go, what if I just ran this normally? Like, what's the name of that thing? So the name is rounded. Let's grab rounded. I'm just gonna run register blocks. Oh wait, do I need to pass? Maybe I'm not doing this right. Hold on a second. Maybe like I probably have to tell it something. Do I not? Like round register block style seems to be. I have to tell the name of the block. Let's look. Yeah, so that's the problem. That's what I'm doing wrong. Hold on, stand by. I think I'm just doing this wrong because I'm not passing. So it needs. I'm doing okay. So type.name and then I need style.name. That's the problem. So the type and then style.name. That's the problem. So I need to be. This is the block and this is the style. So hopefully. That didn't work. Oh, what is it? What's it called though? Name? Yeah. Okay. So let's debug this a little bit better. So I'm gonna go. Console.log. That's gonna be type. Okay. And then in here. Register block style, so it should be the block name and the style name. This may also need to be run on sort of like a trigger at some point, right? Like, let's just see. Okay, so type, let's run that. Boom. Console. So okay, so that's right. And then we're gonna go. I'm gonna just get rid of that because I know that's correct. And then inside of here we have style, and then I'm going to do this, and that. Oh, too quick to type. That, and then I will do this. Equal console.log style. That's what it is. Name, label. So the name is what I want, right? Okay. So style.name, right? So this should be disabling these things, but I'm wondering if it just needs to be run inside of like a WP load or like on a DOM ready maybe, because the example here is actually is running on a button click. So I think it needs to be like triggered, right? Still feels, it appears that firing it on the okay. So it might just be, we just have to find the right place of doing it. Let me check something here. So if I just run this, right? If I just run that, it's going to be core. This is, what is this, image? And then the style name is going to be, we'll call it rounded. Rounded. Okay, that works. It got rid of it. So it's just finding the right place to run it. I don't know why this wouldn't work like that. What you could do, I wonder if you could do it like with a use effect or something. Like I wonder if you could just have a component, like use slot fill or something, and like insert it kind of hidden, and then when it when it runs, have it get all the styles, and then just do a use effect when it's populated, and then have it get rid of it, because it does seem very silly that this doesn't work, because it's working. Oh wait, I think that's why. I bet this is why. Yeah, that's why. So this does work. The reason type was not an object. Type was just a string. So like if I were to do like types, right? You can see it's just an array of strings. So that was what I was doing wrong. And style is get block styles, and it's an object. So this will work just fine. So you should be able to pull it and do it that way, right? Why do you have to configure this editor by outsmarting it? Well, what do you like? It sounds like what you're doing is pretty out there, right? I mean, that's not a reason, but I mean, if you're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, you're going to have to do some things that are a little bit more complicated, right? So yeah, but I mean, we just demonstrated that there's an API to do exactly what you're trying to do, so we can do it. We can do it. That's probably what I would do though, is run it that way. So like, yeah, do it. I'd probably put it like inside a use effect and have it like pull that, and when the styles are on there, thank you though, I'll try to figure out the hook. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything that's like super ready and set up here, but if you were to, oh shoot, I gotta drop off anyways. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to call it here, but I think, do you want me to paste that code? I mean, it's all fairly straightforward. So, so you're gonna want to get that. That's the first thing. All right. It's gonna look horrible. I apologize in advance for how bad that's gonna look. Oh yeah. I'll do it in the which one? Just ping me in the one that you want me to put it in, and I'll drop it in there. And then you're gonna want basically this. All right, that should do it. Cool. All right. In the meantime, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. We did get this a little bit farther down the road. I will be probably working on it a bit more as we move forward. And yeah, cool. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will chat with you all later. And hopefully I'll see some of you working in Canada. I don't know. We'll see. It's a couple weeks, so I'll be streaming before then. All right. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you soon.